Does your hair feel thinner lately, or you're noticing more shedding? Well, before you jump to blaming your genetics or hormones and start taking medications or supplements, let's look at your habits. Because a lot of us are doing things every single day that damage the hair shaft, that irritate the scalp, and that weaken our hair follicles over time. The good news, these are super easy to fix. Today we're looking at the top habits that cause thinning hair, things that most people don't even realize are harming their hair, and what to do instead. Number one, using the wrong shampoo, meaning using a harsh shampoo. If your shampoo contains strong sulfates, aggressive detergents, or heavy fragrances as well, it can strip your scalp's natural oils and disrupt the microbiome, and it can lead to chronic dryness and breakage. Sulfates like SLS and SLES, they were never designed for delicate skin, right? They were originally created as industrial surfactants for things like degreasing engines and producing lots of foam. So great for cleaning machinery, but not so great for a scalp that needs a protective lipid barrier to stay healthy. When you use these detergents regularly, some people use them daily, they over-clean your hair and your scalp, leaving the scalp irritated, tight, and inflamed. And over time, that irritation can weaken the follicle environment and make your hair more prone to shedding and thinning. So what can you do instead? Just use a gentle sulfate-free shampoo with milder surfactants. There are plenty of sulfate-free shampoos out there. Your scalp will stay hydrated and your hair will break less in the long run. Number two, showering with water that's too hot. Hot water feels incredible after a long day or first thing in the morning, especially now in the winter, right? But if you're washing your hair with hot water, your scalp will pay the price. When the water's too hot, it strips away the natural oils that protect our scalp, and this leaves our scalp dry, irritated, and more prone to inflammation. And over time, this can weaken the scalp barrier and disrupt the microbiome and make the environment less supportive for healthy hair growth. Hot water can also increase scalp redness and sensitivity, especially if you're already dealing with dandruff or thinning or inflammation. So what can you do? Stick to lukewarm water when washing your hair and finish with a quick cool rinse if you can. This helps tighten the cuticle and calm the scalp and maintain those natural oils your follicles rely on. Now, I don't like cold showers, but I've gotten used to washing my hair first, shampoo, then conditioner, and I do that with lukewarm water. And then when I'm done washing my hair, I just turn up the temperature and wash my body, right? So you're getting the best of both worlds. Number three, hard water, or unfiltered shower water. Now this is surprising to most people. I didn't get a water filter for my shower until very recently when I found out that hard water, right, our water coming out of the tap is packed with minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron, and this leaves a film on our scalp and hair that's almost like microscopic cement. So over time, this buildup can dry out the scalp. It can clog follicles, and it can make hair feel stiff or dull. But minerals aren't the only problem, unfortunately. Most water also contains chlorine, which is used to disinfect the water supply. Chlorine is harsh on the scalp. It strips natural oils, it disrupts the microbiome, it increases dryness and irritation, and it can even worsen dandruff or inflammation, which is the last thing we want. How do you fix this? You install a shower head water filter. They don't have to be expensive. The one I have costs around 20 bucks, I think, and lasts a few months. It removes chlorine, it reduces minerals, and it helps protect your scalp barrier. And this leads to healthier follicles, softer hair, less irritation, and much better results from your shampoo and your conditioner. It's one of the simplest upgrades you can make for long-term scalp health. Number four, overwashing your hair. Shampooing too often strips the scalp's natural oils, and this leads to inflammation and breakage. It can also push your sebaceous glands into overdrive, which causes more oil production and makes your hair look greasy faster, which is ironic, right? Shampooing your hair more often makes your hair look greasy faster. But over time, this constant stripping disrupts the scalp barrier and leaves follicles more vulnerable to irritation. Most people do best with 2 to 4 washes per week, depending on your scalp type. I wash my hair every other day. I put on my ASLF hair serum before I go to bed, I leave it on overnight, and then I wash my hair in the morning. This serum has been keeping my hair full and healthy. It's the ASLF Hair Growth Boost Serum. It uses Densidol, a patented and award-winning microalgae-based active, and it's combined with the powerful Bicapil complex, rosemary leaf extract, ginger and licorice root extract, and vitamins A and C. If you are looking for a natural way to prevent hair thinning, or you're looking for something to use in combination with finasteride or minoxidil, the ASLF Hair Growth Boost Serum with Densidol brings together science-backed ingredients for a fuller, healthier looking head of hair. Click on the link in the description box to learn more. Now back to the video. So you just washed your hair, the water wasn't too hot, you used a gentle shampoo without surfactants made to clean engines, and now it's time to dry your hair. This is a habit most everyone does wrong. Rubbing your hair really hard with a towel when it's wet is basically the perfect recipe for breakage. Wet hair is in its weakest state, and twisting or rough drying literally tears the cuticle wide open. Instead, you want to think about patting your hair dry gently and avoid twisting or wringing the hair. Number 5, using the wrong brush or comb. Brushing habits matter more than you think. If your hair is wet, use a wide tooth comb or a detangling brush designed for wet hair. And once your hair is dry, then you can use a finer brush. Number 6, blow drying without heat protectant. Blow dryers, straighteners, curling irons, whatever you use, they're not the enemy, but unprotected heat is the enemy. And some of these gadgets can reach temperatures high enough to weaken keratin, which is the protein that gives our hair its structure. And when there's no protective barrier, the heat dries out the hair shaft and it roughens the cuticle, and it makes hair more vulnerable to breakage over time. A good leave-in conditioner or a heat protecting spray creates a thin, flexible shield around each strand. And this helps slow down moisture loss during blow drying, right? It reduces thermal damage and it prevents cumulative weakening that leads to breakage. Another tip, if you can, turn the temperature down on your blow dryer. You don't need the hottest setting. In fact, high heat can scorch the cuticle. And using the medium heat setting dries the hair just as effectively while reducing damage. There are a lot of good products out there that don't cost a lot of money. One is the CHI or CHI 44 Iron Guard Thermal Protection Spray. It's just a few dollars. It's cheap and effective. And then Paul Mitchell also has a good product as well, the Hot Off the Press heat protectant or something. And your scalp and your hair density will definitely thank you. And last but not least, we have harsh chemical hair dye. A lot of people lose density simply from over-processing their hair. Traditional dyes often contain ammonia and this thing that I cannot pronounce, and also strong peroxide developers, right? These are ingredients that can inflame the scalp, they can disrupt the follicle environment, and they weaken the hair shaft. If you're coloring every month, like some people are, that irritation becomes chronic. And over time, this can contribute not just to breakage, but to increased shedding, scalp sensitivity, itching, and a compromised barrier that's less supportive for healthy hair growth. There's also the issue of oxidative stress. Many permanent dyes rely on strong chemical reactions that generate free radicals, and repeated exposure can stress both the hair fiber and the scalp's protective lipid layer. Now, for people already dealing with thinning, this becomes a double hit: weakened strands and an irritated scalp. So if you have a lot of grays and you don't just want to rock your gray hair, then what do? For men, there's a great product by American Crew. It's called Precision Blend Natural Gray Blending Hair Color. It's much, much gentler, and it blends your grays without harsh chemicals, and you only have to leave it in between 5 and 10 minutes. And the results are subtle, not that super dark, obviously dyed look that just looks horrible on people. Or just look for ammonia-free or low ammonia color. If your hair is thinning or your scalp is easily irritated, switching to a gentler coloring method is genuinely a game changer. You preserve hair density, you reduce inflammation, and you maintain a healthy environment for future hair growth. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Check out my video on the best hair serums out there, and I'll see you next time.